Welcome to Business Talk, presented in collaboration with the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, from the heart of southeastern Ohio at the University of Rio Grande TV studio. Our goals are simple: promote the University of Rio Grande and the Ohio State University South Centers, as well as advocate local small business and their support organizations. More importantly, promote southeastern Ohio as a wonderful place to live, explore, and learn. There are many different ways you can find us. The University of Rio Grande Cable Access Channel 17, live online at blogtalkradio.com, and on YouTube if you are unable to catch our show live. Introducing our co-hosts, Jason Winters, Mike Thompson, Patrick Dengel. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, welcome back to our show. Here's an interesting thing our featured guest brought to us. According to WebMD and the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, it listed Huntington-Ashland metropolitan area as the unhealthiest and most obese area in the United States.
Isn't that the area that you live in, Pat?
Well, our region is considered part of that metropolitan area, and I do know that some of us have been gaining extra weight.
You remember the show? I can't remember what his name is. It Jamie, the
Jamie
chef?
Jamie Oliver.
Yeah,
Yeah, he came to the area to make the school menu better.
Yeah, he was villainized there for a while, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He was putting on healthy food. Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, he was trying to make people eat vegetables, if you can imagine that.
Ooh.
And he upset all those poor old lunch ladies that had been
Yeah.
in the lunchroom for 100 years, and they were used to just heating and serving and heating.
Well, you
and
mean I
serving.
can't serve a cardboard pizza and peaches?
Yeah. You mean I got to cut a salad?
Well, it's interesting. We have today a featured speaker, Wally Luckeydoo. Wally was letting us know that he used to work at Bob Evans' restaurant for a number of years. And so we were talking about balanced diets, and we know that Bob Evans' restaurants do have good food.
They do. They have some new diet improvement plans. Matter of fact, I ate there the other night and had one of their 600-calorie meals.
Wow.
It's quite tasty.
Wow. And I'd like to introduce Wally Luckeydoo. Wally is the proprietor of Luckydoo's 24-hour fitness center located here in Gallipolis, and wanted to talk about a number of different things. So welcome, Wally.
Thank you.
Wally, how about telling us a little bit about yourself?
I'm originally from Gallipolis, Ohio. I graduated from Gallia Academy High School 2006. I attended Marshall University. I graduated with a bachelor's degree in exercise science with a minor in marketing, and later graduated again from Liberty University with a master's in sport administration. Basically, I'm a small town boy, living the dream. So,
Living the dream being you own a business.
own a business, helping people. That's what I've always wanted to do. I just love everything I do. So,
Well, I'll be the first to admit that I probably do not maintain a healthy, balanced diet, nor do I have a healthy lifestyle.
Okay. That's the first step, is to admit it.
Why should people have that healthy, balanced
I
diet?
think he needs a sponsor. What do you think?
Yeah. All right. What you don't know is this is an intervention.
Well, let me ask you, Pat. Let me ask you, Pat.
Yes.
Your office is probably not more than an eighth of a mile from here, just
That is
over
correct.
the hill.
That is correct. Yes.
Did
Over
you
the hill?
Did you
That's
walk?
a mountain.
Did you walk here today?
No, I did not.
Okay. Do
But
you
we
ever,
came from the restaurant. That's a different thing. I wouldn't walk either. But I walk
okay.
everywhere else pretty much.
You're enabling him. That's what you're doing.
enabler.
He could have parked at the office and walked over.
Yeah.
I could have, yes. But
But it's
have
so
you seen
cold.
Yeah, it's so cold.
Actually, cold weather will burn more calories as you're walking across campus.
But I've heard with a person in my condition that you shouldn't do too much strenuous activities.
This is true.
In the
You
cold.
have a legitimate excuse with your doctor's excuse.
Right.
Pat, you
I have
don't.
a heart condition.
Oh.
Well, I would probably have a heart condition too if I had to walk up that steep hill.
No, your condition is not a heart condition.
Oh.
Yours is a smoking condition.
A smoking condition, that is true. Some of us partake in certain kinds of unhealthy lifestyles. And here we have a gentleman that wants to talk about living a healthy lifestyle. So let's ask the expert, why should we have a healthy lifestyle?
Well, first of all, it'll make you feel better. If you have a well-balanced diet, nutrition, and you're exercising, you're going to feel a lot better. You're going to be able to walk up those hills a lot faster. Give up the smoking, and you'll be set. If you keep on exercising, your blood pressure's going to go down. Your risk for diabetes is going to go down. Heart conditions, risk for those kind of things are going to go down. It's very important that you live a healthy lifestyle so you can see your kids, see your grandchildren, see your great-grandchildren. Basically, it is what it is. If you don't do it, then you're just going to die. You're going to miss out on things in life. So.
I understand. Hey, and you had mentioned that you started a 24-hour fitness center. Yeah, that's sort of a unique concept. Is there someone there at all times, or is it just a gymnasium and you can come and go wherever you want?
Basically, it's called Luckydoos 24-Hour Fitness. It's located in Gallipolis, Ohio. Basically, what happens is someone's there usually Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. Each person that comes in gets an access code. We take their picture. They sign a contract. I can actually watch the cameras from my cellular device or from a computer. And each person's given a personalized code to get in the facility. So if I'm not there, they're able to get in and work out and do their own thing. So.
Do you log the entrance as they enter the code? You know who's coming and going?
Yeah, actually, every entry is logged. Computer software program is ran, and it'll tell how many times someone's been there in a month, someone's been there in a week, someone's been there in the whole year. If I wanted to look it up, if someone were to be there throughout the night and I didn't know who it was, I could go back and look at the entry log. So it's pretty.
Okay, something just occurred to me, and we didn't talk about it earlier. I've got a phone app, and it tracks my activity if I turn it on, for walks, and
I
it
thought that
does
was
GPS.
from the FBI, that
Well.
they track your...
Yeah.
No, that's
Well,
the bracelet he's wearing.
Yeah,
That's on your
it's the anklet thing. But it tracks my activity, right? Wonder if you could do that with your login. It's like, oh, hey, you're behind. You came here 3 times last week. You've only been here once. Email you. It's like, hey, get busy.
It can do that.
It can do that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad idea. Because sometimes people need a kick in the rear end to get moving, especially on these cold days.
Well, we also know that New Year's resolutions, everyone has decided to become fit and healthy.
That's right.
Right.
I didn't make that resolution this year.
Bikini season is coming. You guys get back in that Speedo.
Yeah, less than 6 months, guys.
And we also know that right around this time, and today is January the 22nd, right around this time, our resolution starts to go away.
Yep.
And so
I didn't really want to fit back in that Speedo that bad.
that's right.
What the heck?
That's 3
It's
months
me.
away. So how do you encourage people to have personal motivation to persevere?
A lot of times you encourage them when they come into the facility. You motivate them, whether it be through weight loss, showing people other people's stories or pictures, the things that they've done to lose weight. And there's also personal trainers they can have to motivate them and go around with them and show them how to exercise, and they have to meet them there. If they don't meet them there, then it's like they're giving up. So
So it becomes a personal pride kind of thing.
Yep.
That to me is one of the hardest things, is just getting the time and the motivation to go down there. And I know it costs a little bit more to get a personal trainer, but when you have somebody you know is waiting on you, I better go, right?
It's the
If
accountability factor.
Right. If it's just me, I'll skip today. So sometimes having a personal trainer is best for you depending on your personality type.
And be my good fortune to get Hilga, the big bruiser. that would,
Okay.
Not going there.
Yeah. I could ride that horse for a while, but I ain't going there.
So what kind of personal trainers do you have at the fitness center?
Currently, we have two personal trainers. One's Tyler Hauk, and the other's myself. Basically, what we do, we go through a workout regimen. We write diet plans for people. We show them different exercises. We use strength training, cardiovascular exercise. We basically make sure that they're doing the right thing, and then we go on and make sure they're getting the results that they actually came to the gym for in the first place. And the basic point of that is having the accountability factor, and also someone is there to see all of your results and keep track of that for you.
So if I were to show up at your door one day, what would be the first thing that you would have me do? Try some of the different exercises, run around the gym.
You might want to go to your doctor first.
Exactly. You should always consult a physician before exercising.
And suppose I went to my doctor and the doctor said, yeah, you do need some exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would come to you.
For exercise prescription, yep. So basically what happens whenever you come to the facility, we're going to write you out a workout. Everyone at my facility, they have numbers on each machine that you can go to, and you can take your workout that I give you, and you can go to each machine, or you can go and ask me to be your personal trainer, which I like personal training. I like helping people, but I can't help anyone unless they're willing to help themselves.
So what does a personal trainer do? I mean,
they push you to the limit till you can't go anymore, basically. And then, it depends on what your goal is. If you're trying to lose weight, we'll help you lose weight. If you're trying to get stronger and build muscle, we'll help you do that. If you're trying to get ready for bikini season and wear your Speedo out on the water, then we'll do that. So it really is up to the individual, whoever comes in for a personal training session, what their goals are. That's what we talk about before we even start. So
Yeah, whether it's weight loss or cardio, or if you want to bulk up and put on some big guns, it's all different. And women too, I think, have a fear of bulking up too much from weightlifting, and I don't think that's too much of a problem. They do get toned up, but they don't bulk up so much. How about, I know there's people that may be embarrassed. I'm overweight, and I don't want anybody to see my flabby butt on the treadmill. How about for those people? Is there an accommodation or
there's a
welcoming atmosphere? How does that work?
Our facility is a very welcoming atmosphere. There's no gym intimidation. So basically, anyone who comes, everyone around the facility seems to push each other. They seem to encourage each other, and a lot of the facility that I run is set up for if people want to come in late at night and when no one is around to lift, they can come do that. If they don't want to be embarrassed, they don't have to be embarrassed because they have that option. A lot of places around here don't have that option, and
hence the 24-hour.
hence the 24-hour access. So
How about safety?
safety, that's a big issue for a lot of people, especially females. To get in the door, you actually have to have the personal access code, what I was telling you guys about. Each person's recorded, so I know who is who, basically, because I take their picture whenever they sign up. There's emergency buttons located throughout the facility, so if something would happen in the middle of the night, you press it 3 times and it'll call 911. There are actually policemen that come throughout the night and check on things.
Lift
A lot of people don't know that,
lift
but
the little barbell now and then.
they come in and they look around to see if everything's okay. So
Good.
Make sure nobody's had a heart attack and is just laying on the floor.
basically, we don't want that to happen.
Right.
Knock on wood.
But you do have a good safety.
Yeah.
A plan.
Yeah, there's a plan. You should always have an emergency action plan for anything you do, whether it's in any type of business. If you're in a restaurant, if you're in a gym, if you're in a hospital, everyone should have an emergency action plan, what they're going to do if something would happen.
You know, Jason, we have a number of different students that have expressed an interest in getting into their own particular business, whether it be training or things. And it's interesting, we had an opportunity to talk with you, and you've always wanted to run your own business. And you know, coming from that venue of working in a restaurant, being general manager.
No, I was assistant general manager
Assistant-
at Bob Evans, and I worked at Bob Evans for 7 years. So I always wanted to not work for the man anymore, work for myself.
So how long have you had your shop open?
October 12th, 2013 was the first day I opened. I haven't looked back since.
So tell our listeners where you are located. I know I drive by and I can see everybody working out, but not everybody knows
Sweating
where
in the
that's at.
window.
Yeah.
It's at 1271 Eastern Avenue. It's right beside of Irvin's Glass and Gallipolis, or on your first right after Spring Valley Tire and Brake. So it's basically really easy to find. It's right on Route 7, right by the river.
What do you think are some of your challenges in starting a business?
The biggest challenge that I faced, I had to make a business plan, and I didn't know the actual numbers that I was working with, because until you actually start the thing, you're not going to know what the numbers are going to be for sure, whether it's your electric bill, gas bill, phone bill, internet, cable, insurance, that kind of thing.
Yes, sometimes people estimate a little bit too low, don't they?
But what about a market? How did you know there was a market here for your business?
I've been in weightlifting since I was in high school, and when I worked at Bob Evans and Gallipolis, I'd always want to work out, and there's nowhere to go. I had to go to Pleasant Valley, which is across the river from Point Pleasant. I go there, and then by the time I would get there, Pleasant Valley would be closed. So once I was there, I was just upset that I couldn't get a workout in, and then I was like, man, this town really needs a gym. And then everyone has always said, yeah, we need a gym here. There's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do in Gallipolis. There's nothing to do in Gallipolis. I said, well, I'm going to make something to do. So that's kind of how that started. I love weightlifting, so that's how that pretty much took off.
So what can you press?
My bench press?
Yeah.
There's no need to brag right now.
Yeah, but
well,
I can do up to
405 pounds.
I was going to say I can do easily 20.
405
pounds.
is, well, I could probably get 425 right now, but I'm not really trying because I don't want to have an injury. So.
And what do the champions usually press? 600?
I'm the champion, so.
What do some of the other champions?
Probably around 300, higher 300s. So.
Like the.
But everyone who comes to the gym's a champion because they've already got off the couch and got off their butt. So.
And I know that you have a number of different kind of customers.
Yes, sir.
What kind of customers do you expect to walk through the door?
I expect anybody and everybody to come through that door. My oldest member's 77 years old. He comes 2 to 3 times a day. Then I have my youngest member is 14 years old. He comes every now and then. And then I pretty much expect more of like middle-aged people who work. A lot of clientele comes from if they work shift work, such as like hospitals, power plants, that kind of thing, because it's open 24 hours and it gives them a place to work out at and something to do.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a wake-up call whenever you turn, I don't know, 32, 35, and, you know, like me, I was used to eating anything and everything when I was in my 20s. And you get in the middle 30s, and it's like, uh-oh, I'm getting wider than I am taller.
My doors are shrinking.
Yeah, you know, things are changing, so it does take a little bit more work and some changes because your metabolism changes when you get older. And it makes it a little bit harder to get in shape as you age. But if you keep it up, it really helps.
So what can we expect to pay for a service like yours?
It depends really on if you want to commit to a year, if you want to commit to a month. Right now, if you commit to a year, you can pay by payments, which is something nice I make for everybody instead of having to pay the full thing at once. It'd be $29.95 a month if you sign up for a year. You have to put a credit or debit card on file for that. And then if you don't commit to a year, it's $39.95 a month. But it's basically like if you sign up for a year, it's less than $1 a day.
So what kind of machines do you have? Free weights, or is it all like
I
a...
have free weights, I have strength machines, I have 4 treadmills, 3 ellipticals, 2 bikes, pretty much a machine for every body part. Then we have up to 100 pounds in dumbbells. I have a lat pull down machine, cable crossover machine, Smith machine.
What's a Smith machine?
Smith machine is basically an assisted machine that you can do. You could do you can do bench press on it. If no one is there to spot you, you can rack the machine back. If you want to do shoulders, you can do shoulders. If you want to do squats on it, you can get in front of it and do squats. But basically, the reason for it is if no one's there to spot you, like since there's a 24-hour gym, not
Right.
everybody's going to be there all the time. So you just rack it back, and if you can't lift it, you're safe.
Okay. Yeah, I saw something like that on Tosh.0 the other day. This kid was in his basement, and he pushed one up, and it came down, and he couldn't get the next one, and he just it's laying on his chest. He's hollering for his mom and his dad, and then it rolled over on him on his neck, and he finally got it off the top of him.
Oh,
So
wow.
that is the good thing about having a machine is you don't end up in that situation.
Wow.
So you've got ellipticals
I have 3 ellipticals,
and treadmills.
4 treadmills, 2 bikes.
Does the bikes have little fan things on the front?
Yeah, fan things. So you can cool off.
And that's like a spinning class is what they use?
We don't have any spinning classes, but
Spinning classes.
this is they're recumbent bikes, basically, is what they're called.
Oh, okay. So you're kind of with the
You're sitting back, just pedaling.
pedals are in front of you rather than below you.
I
Those
see.
are kind of nice. It's probably good on your back, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
And then is there a place to have other type of classes?
There's
Just a big floor if you wanted to do...
currently there's nowhere to have classes, but we're working on having classes at different places until we have a bigger facility. We're gonna probably host Zumba classes, cardio classes, a variety of dance classes, ab sculpting classes, but as soon
Ab
as
sculpting classes.
your abdominal muscles, just basically for girls who want to
That's-
look fit for the beach.
That's an art class. You might want to take that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got abs of clay, but it's not ripped.
Mine are just well insulated.
Yeah.
Well, insulated.
So what do we as a population do wrong with our diets?
We go to McDonald's, we go to Burger King, Wendy's, we go to Taco Bell at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Those pre-prepared meals that you find in the frozen section.
Yep, you see all those frozen meals.
And so what's wrong with them? What's so bad about them?
They're processed foods. It's not natural. It's bad for your body. A lot of times people are on the go. We're always on the go. We're always on the go. There's no time to cook, no time to do anything, so you guys have to go to McDonald's. You have to go. And whenever we're at McDonald's, we don't make the right choices. There are some options at these restaurants that you could get, but
Like for instance, what
You
would
could have a salad, or you could have a nice, satisfying Big Mac.
which one are you going to go for? You're going to go for the Big Mac if you're at McDonald's. I mean,
Yeah, but it tastes so good.
but it's not good for you.
You just have to change your mind.
You got to
and
change the mindset and perception.
What tastes good is different. And I've learned from having a little heart problem that if it is juicy and creamy, stuff like that, it's probably not good. If it's more dry and unsalted, it's better for you.
Well, I thought it had.
All the dripping cheese and the bacon and all that. It's not good.
I thought that hit the 4 food groups.
Yeah.
You have the flour in the buns.
Yeah.
You have the lettuce and tomato. That's your vegetables. You have the meat, and then you have the cheese
And the grease.
and the grease.
And the grease to go with it. And then
It
you feel
does,
like
but
crap
it's-
after you eat it.
Yeah. And I can tell you, after I had my first stint, I changed my diet, and after not eating that kind of thing, you do feel a lot lighter, and I don't know, it's just different. Before, I just felt, weighted down and sluggish.
Then you feel energetic after you start eating healthy, right?
Right.
And after you're working
And
out.
people don't know what it feels like until they actually try it. And the same thing happens when you start working out. You have a little bit of more pep in your step. And I've tried, doing yoga and stuff, and you're more balanced, you're more flexible, you're less likely to injure yourself because you're more flexible and strong. And people that have bad backs, a lot of the bad back problems come from because your muscular core is not strong enough. Your back bones are not meant to totally support you. Most of the support comes from your muscles. And when you let those lax, then
You might also be carrying around a big belly.
Right.
It could be hurting your back. So
Mhm.
that's what happened to me.
So, well, I just know that, I'm looking at the CDC report on Huntington, Ashland. There are McDonald's worldwide, and there are a variety of different processed foods worldwide. Why is our area considered not as healthy as being one of the most unhealthy, in your estimation?
In my honest opinion, we're lazy, we're depressed, we don't have a lot of time to do what we want to do. A lot of us are working jobs that we don't want to work, we're miserable, so in effect we're eating instead of exercising. We're going and playing video games when we're kids now. A lot of things have changed since time has changed, basically.
And so is it your hope to have many different fitness salons, or is it your hope to have one of the best?
My hope is to have the best and have many. I want to change perception around here about eating and exercising, and I want everyone to start getting healthy and having things like 5Ks, having things to do in Gallipolis and Gallia County, having a place where people who are from outside of the area, they want to move back here. That's a really big thing to me. I want to change things here. So.
You said something about 5Ks, running a 5K. And Jason, you used to do that, didn't you? Until
my injury.
Until your injury. Unfortunate injury. But why would that be? Why would running, rather than use your personal gym, why would that be important?
I mean, any type of activity that you're doing, any physical activity is important. A lot of times people want to compete with other people, and like a 5K or some kind of competition, whether it be like a weightlifting competition, opens up doors for people to compete against each other, which motivates people to work harder in the gym. So that's one reason why.
Now you work mostly with the physical, but isn't a lot of your job psychological?
Yep. A lot of it's mental. A lot of what you're doing is mental. What you eat is mental. Your body can keep going, but your mind tells you to stop. But if you keep your body going, then you're going to be in better shape.
So if I came into your gym holding a donut, you would probably talk to me about.
Well,
you're going to be on the treadmill for another 15 minutes.
His biggest obstacle is not putting you on a treadmill and letting you walk. His biggest obstacle is convincing you that you need to change a lifestyle. A lifestyle.
You need to commit to that lifestyle.
Because if you don't change your lifestyle, you don't stay committed to it.
You can go on a diet and lose tons of weight, but if you don't stay committed to it, guess what's going to happen? You're getting all that weight you just lost back.
From all those donuts, huh?
From all those donuts.
We only have a minute or so. Wally, I want to thank you very much for coming on our show. But
Thank you.
There is a whole list of topics that we wanted to cover. We only have a minute or two. Share with us some wisdom.
How about how they could contact you and become a member?
They can contact me at 740-578-6272. Email us at luckydoos@hotmail.com. Find us on Facebook, Luckydoos 24-Hour Fitness, or on Instagram, Luckydoos 24-Hour Fitness, or Twitter, Luckydoos 24-Hour Fitness.
Okay, spell the Luckydoo part.
LUCKEYDOOS.
And again, the phone number is 740
578
578
6272.
6272.
Yes, sir.
I think he's planning on calling, don't you?
You might as well.
Well, I got to find the donuts first.
Yeah.
Well, Wally, I want to thank you very much for
Appreciate it.
being on our show. I know that you've been very active in the Chamber of Commerce and in the business world, and this is your hometown. You want to see many different things, so I commend you on what you're doing.
Thank you.
Next week we have another featured speaker. We thank all of our listening audience for tuning in. I'm Patrick.
I'm Jason.
I'm Wally.
I'm Mike. Thanks for watching.